I'm back. Someone asked me recently, Michelle, are you going to do all 50 states? Are you going to make a recording that explains mail-in absentee voting for all 50 states? The answer is no, absolutely not. I identified about 6, 7 states who historically have had atypical mail-in absentee voting requirements that involve a notary public or witness. And it is for those states and those states alone that I am attempting to produce a short video. Purpose of the video is to help educate notaries in those atypical states on what to expect when they receive a request to notarize or witness a absentee ballot packet. And so, I think I've got 2, maybe 3 more videos to do. But I will say this, if you are a commissioned notary for your state and you know that mail-in absentee voting laws changed recently so that now the ballot packet does include an affidavit that needs to be witnessed or notarized, please let me know in the comments so that I can add it to the list. I view these videos as a crash course. And I know there may be some who are like, well, Michelle, why do you even care? Because I'm an Alabama commissioned notary, and yes, I recorded a video for Alabama notaries. And normally you would think, okay, I would stop there. But voting is so important to our society, our way of life. And then it is personally very important to me. And so this is why I'm offering a type of crash course on what it takes to, or what the notary or witness should expect to perform a proper notarization so that the ballot can be counted, and even before that, so that notaries can be a unbiased, helpful witness to the residents in their community, which is one of the reasons why I hope most of us became notaries. Now that I've got that out of the way, let's take a look at Mississippi's mail-in absentee voting requirements. And thank you, Mississippi, for giving me something to talk about. All right. Am I ready to go to... Not yet. I'm going to go to a resource in just a moment and share my screen. But before I do, a couple things with mail-in voting. I find it interesting that I am recording this Mississippi video on Sunday, September 22nd, 2024. And mail-in absentee ballots will be available according to the Mississippi Secretary of State website. We'll take a look at it in a moment. Ballots will be available no later than Monday, September 23rd, 2024. So I'm going to do my best to get this video up and out to the public, because notaries in Mississippi, you will probably start getting some phone calls perhaps as early as this week. The instructions for absentee mail-in voting: the voter is required to request the application to vote absentee. So Mississippi is similar to Alabama in that voters must qualify, meet certain criteria in order to use mail-in voting. And once the voter contacts their circuit clerk's office and receives the application to apply to vote, they must fill it out and send it back to the circuit clerk's office. Now, the bottom part of the application is designated for the witness. All absentee ballot applications must be signed by an official that is authorized to administer an oath, such as a notary public, unless the voter has a temporary or permanent physical disability. Okay? And in that case, they can ask anyone else who is 18 years or older to witness their signature. All right? But I want to focus on the steps notaries must take with the ballot. All right? So after the application has been completed, signed, witnessed by a notary, and that includes administering an oath. All right, so make sure when you meet with the voter, I'm speaking to you notaries now, make sure you ask to see the instruction sheet that accompanied the application, and it will give you more information about administering an oath. Because what I'm looking at right now, let me make sure. It does not go into any more detail other than instructions will come in the mail. All right. So ask the voter about that. All right. Now we're going to assume that the voter has been approved for mail-in voting. The circuit clerk will mail the official absentee ballot to the voter. And again, it comes with specific instructions on what they should do and how they should do it. And there will be instructions on who is considered an official authorized to administer oaths. And that's the detailed instructions. And yes, Mississippi commission notaries are able to administer oaths. All right, now this is when it gets interesting. The instructions state, in front of the witness, this is the voter has the ballot and is ready to vote for their candidates. in any constitutional amendments. The voter needs to wait until a witness is present in the room with the voter, while the voter properly marks the ballot in secret. And so even though the notary, you're in the room with the voter, you're not supposed to see who they're voting for. Once the voter is done filling in the bubbles, the voter will place the ballot in an envelope that has been furnished by the circuit clerk. And then after the voter has placed the ballot in the envelope, it gets sealed. The voter needs to seal it. Then the voter completes the voter's affidavit on the back of the envelope, and then it must be witnessed. All right? There's going to be instructions on that ballot envelope that explains again how and who can administer oaths or witness or perform a witnessing. The bottom part of that envelope is designated for the official authorized to administer oaths or the witness. All absentee ballot envelopes must be witnessed and signed by an official, such as a notary. All right? And again, there's that option. If someone has a permanent or temporary disability, then it can be any witness over the age of 18. I hope those of you who are Mississippi notaries, I hope you are up to speed on how to administer an oath. You're going to have the voter swear or affirm that the information on the affidavit is true under penalty of perjury. And if you aren't clear on that, I encourage you to check out your notary guidelines. I only printed one page of the Mississippi Code for notaries, so you'll want to review that. There were two things. I also consulted the NNA's National Notary Association, which I am a member of, and I also happen to be their NNA Notary Ambassador representing the state of Alabama. I'm not sure if there is an ambassador for the state of Mississippi. If you are interested in becoming an NNA Notary Ambassador, please mention it in the comments below or find my contact information here on my channel for Notaries for Alabama, and I'll be happy to give you some more detailed information. I'm going to recommend, instead of going with what is on the NNA's website, that notaries just follow the instructions. It will let you know whether you must use your seal or not, because those things could change year after year, and I don't want to provide you with outdated information. But I will read this coming from the Notary Bulletin, published by the National Notary Association. Now, this was updated November 2022. And the bulletin reads, notaries may not charge fees for notarizing absentee ballot applications or absentee ballot envelopes. Okay? So please, please do not charge a voter a fee. And in fact, even though in Alabama, our code does not prohibit us from charging a fee for this type of notarization, I am strongly encouraging Alabama notaries not to charge a fee either. I mean, who wants to pay to cast a vote? It just does not even look right or sound right. All right, before I wrap up, I do want to share my screen so that you'll know where to go for more information on absentee voting in the state of Mississippi. I'm at sos.ms.gov/absentee voting information. And so this is where I got the information I just shared with you from, not the NNA information, but the absentee step-by-step guidelines. And this is right where I got it from. So this is the landing page, and then I just drop down here. I click this link, and here's the step-by-step guide. I also wanted to click another link. Let's see if it will load fast enough. I want you to see how to locate your circuit clerk's office. And so under mail-in absentee voting, this is a link. It's not working. And I think it did. Yeah. And so it brings you to this landing page. I just turned off the air conditioner. And as you might be able to hear, I'm getting all congested on you. All right, but here you will just find the county where the voter resides, which probably will be your county, but not necessarily. You click the link and it will provide you with information on, let me make sure. Yeah. Well, I'm going to click on Jackson. Yes. And here is the circuit clerk for Jackson County, the clerk's name, mailing address, phone number, and email address. So I just wanted to show you that. All right, I hope you found this information, Mississippi Notaries, helpful. I want to make sure I did not tell you or overlook anything else. But I believe I touched on, again, you're going to be in the room with the voter. The purpose is not for you to observe the candidates they are voting for. It is really for you to observe or witness that the voter is voting on their own without any due pressure or force by anyone else, so that if the Secretary of State's office or election officials have questions, you will be able to properly answer those questions. If the instructions tell you that you must use your official seal, I don't know if it does. I tried to locate that information on the site. I wasn't able to, but that would be a question for you to ask the circuit clerk. Just make sure that your official stamp contains all the necessary information. And so, again, if a voter is asking you questions about how to properly fill out the application or fill out the ballot, refer them to their circuit clerk who can help them with that. It's really not the notary's responsibility. I know in Alabama I will be recording any mail-in absentee ballots that I notarize or witness, so that, again, if election authorities or officials have questions about something that I observed or notarized, I'll have clear documentation on what transpired. I'm going to wrap up the video now. I don't want this to get too lengthy, but again, I encourage you to spend a little time on sos.ms.gov/elections voting and review that information. The citizens of our state do look to us to make sure that we know what we're doing when it comes to fulfilling our roles as commission notaries. Thank you for tuning in. I look forward to your comments and questions below. Granted, I know that we are in different states. I'm going to try to get permission to post this video in the Facebook group for Mississippi Notaries, so that more notaries can view it. But if you are interested in some other notary topics that may be similar to what we do in Alabama, go ahead and subscribe to my channel, Notaries for Alabama. It's no harm, it's free, and you just may find some information that is helpful to you. Thank you for tuning in and have a great rest of your week.